When maneuvering during slow flight, you are flying very near the stall speed of the airplane. But you don't necessarily have to be flying at slow air speeds for a stall to occur. A stall can happen at any airspeed and in any flight attitude. This program will explain how to recognize an approaching stall with the power off and the procedures for recovering from a power off stall. Simply stated, a stall occurs when the critical angle of attack is exceeded, causing the smooth airflow over the wing surface to break away. This results in a loss of lift. You practice stalls for two reasons. First, they acquaint you with the stall warnings and handling characteristics of your airplane as it approaches a stall. And second, they develop your skills so you can recover from an inadvertent stall quickly and efficiently with a minimal loss of altitude. Stalls are practiced at an altitude that will allow you to complete the stall recovery no lower than 1,500 feet above the ground. Before starting the maneuver, clear the area. Then reduce power and slow the airplane to the normal glide airspeed. As the airspeed enters the white arc, extend the flaps to the setting used during a normal approach and establish the landing attitude. Once stabilized, smoothly raise the nose to an attitude which will induce a stall. To help determine when your airplane is approaching a stall, there are several cues you should be familiar with. One of these is the decreasing sound as the airspeed decreases. Another cue is the stall warning, which begins around 5 to 10 knots above the stall. This warning may be either a light on the instrument panel, a warning horn, buffeting of the airplane, mushy controls, or a combination of these. As the airplane nears a stall, control effectiveness decreases, and you may feel the airplane begin to shake slightly or buffet. During this time, you still have full control of the airplane, meaning you can still maintain attitude, heading, and altitude. This stage of flight is sometimes called the incipient stage of a stall, or an imminent stall. If recovery is not made at this point, a stall occurs. In a stall, the wings no longer sustain the lift necessary to maintain flight. Once the critical angle of attack is exceeded, the nose will pitch downward. Initiate the recovery by smoothly reducing the angle of attack as you apply full power. As you add power, you'll need to increase right rudder pressure to keep the ball centered in the turn coordinator. Then use the flap retraction procedure specified by the manufacturer. As the airspeed begins to increase following the recovery, gently establish a climb attitude. If this isn't done properly and you increase the pitch attitude too quickly, a secondary stall could occur. Conversely, waiting too long to establish a climb attitude could result in excessive speed and loss of altitude. The correct procedure is to raise the nose smoothly to the proper pitch attitude and climb at the airspeed recommended by the manufacturer. Once you've achieved proficiency in straight-ahead stalls, your instructor will have you do power-off stalls while in a turn. You will use the same procedures as in the previous maneuvers, except you will enter a coordinated turn of approximately 20 degrees before increasing back pressure on the control wheel. Recovery is much like the straight-ahead stall, except that you must level the wings. However, don't level the wings until you've reduced the angle of attack and have added full power. Then, roll the wings level by using coordinated ailerons and rudder pressure. If you're using flaps, they should be retracted, as specified by the manufacturer. Practicing stalls is not meant to increase your ability to stall an airplane, but to help you recognize the onset of a stall and how to prevent it. Or, if one does occur, what procedures to use to minimize the loss of altitude. In addition, by practicing a power-off stall, you'll get a better idea of what can happen during an approach to landing if your attention is diverted from flying the airplane.